Arranged for String Quartet. My name is Drew Alexander Ford. I'm leader of Wholesoul, also violas for Wholesoul. Daniel Lim on cello. We got Hesse on violin. We got Andrew Kwan on violin as well. Before we get to the rest of the program, I got a quick question for y'all. How many of y'all been to a classical music concert before? Okay. Quite a few of y'all. Well, this ain't it. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all know. What we're gonna be doing today is sharing our love of music that spans genre. We're all classically trained musicians, but we're playing hip hop, we're playing K-pop, we're playing classical, we're playing everything under the sun. So what we're doing up here is going to be a direct result of what you guys give us. You guys, if you guys give us energy, we're going to take it, we're going to synthesize it, we're going to give it right back to you. You guys think you can help us out tonight? If you can't, there's a ball right there. You're welcome to go over there, get a little loose. But moving on with the program, we've got, we're going to start back at the very beginning with Joseph Haydn. He's the father of the string quartet. And what's really interesting, Danny was saying this to me in the green room, Haydn, his string symphonies and his quartets were like the $1 million baby of like the 1700s and 1800s. And what is so fascinating about the string quartet is Haydn kind of invented the configuration. And what we're doing today is a tradition that has spanned hundreds of years. So this sort of intimate connection of string music with an intimate audience is what we live for, and this is what we do here at Wholesoul. I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you so much for being here. We got some awesome music for you, and we're gonna move on to Haydn, and after that, we're gonna get into some R&B vibes.
nice. That's well done.
He's surprised.
go, that was Back at One by Brian McKnight. Daniel here is our main arranger. He arranges most of the songs that we play here. But that was, for the first time, an arrangement that we did, we collaborated on. We both arranged it together, and we only fought twice. The next one we're going to play is some more R&B. We're going to play Burn by Usher, also arranged by Daniel.
Another oldie, but another good one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's about time we have some ATL.
Straight up.
Yeah. Anyways, all right.
You know.
Okay.
like a French composer. He wrote what the music history books called furniture music. And essentially, it's like...
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they described the furniture music because it was very simple, very nice to look at, not a lot going on, and a lot of the beauty was in the space. He wrote this piece that's very famous. It's called Je m'appelle Number 1. And it's actually based off of loosely, the name was based loosely off of an ancient Greek ritual where men would be naked and dancing around. And it was an annual thing. And Eric Satie looked at it, he was like, I like that, I'm gonna write a piece about that. This doesn't sound like naked dudes running around, but what's really interesting is Stephen Kontz, is that how you say his name?
Stefan Koch.
Stefan Koch wrote a reimagination of the first Je m'appelle Number 1. And it has a lot more rhythm, a lot more lively nature. It's got fiddle textures, it's got natural harmonics. And I think it really embodies the idea of wholesoul, taking things that have existed before, remixing them, and giving them a new little vibe to it. So this is called A New Satisfaction.
Thank you guys.
We didn't rehearse this.
Yeah, we never. We like to just, figure it out, just on the fly. But anyways, thank you guys once again. And my name is Daniel. I play the cello. So thank you. So happy that you guys are all here the day before Turkey Day, celebrating this concert with us. Really celebrating, I guess, culture. I guess today is what we're celebrating today in this concert. But this, I'll talk more about it later. But anyways, so this next, so actually these next two arrangements we're actually going to put together, and it's really interesting. This somehow worked. This was Andrew's idea, and he was like, "What if we just like put them together and just like transition into it?" But these next two are complete opposites, I guess, of one another in terms of genre, and I'll let you figure out what. This first one, though, actually is an arrangement of Drew's. Yeah. Which is actually doing very well on the socials right now. Not that it's a competition or anything.
My girlfriend told me to arrange it. So
all right, cool. All right, so here's a mashup of.
Congrats.
Congrats. Yeah. Here's a mashup of question mark.
Why is it a secret?
finishing, grab you a drink afterward, talk to us, we'll take about 15 minutes, just clear the air, and then we'll get to the rest of the program. For now, we got another arrangement written by this man right here, Daniel Lim. This is OMG by New Jeans.
Any bunnies in the house? Do you guys know what that last one was? High boy.
High boy,
Yeah,
there
let's
we
go.
go.
All right. Okay, we got another one just for you.
Ah!
We got another New Jeans cover just for you, man. Just for you. This is OMG. One, two, three, and... Maybe you guys are doing this already, but feel free to take any videos.
Oh yeah.
Tag us.
Like any footage, and feel free to tag us at wholesoul.music.
Otherwise, we have no idea if we messed up or not. No way to tell.
No way to tell.
Alright. Oh, I need this. spirit here.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oof, right? There's one track on there called Squabble Up. Hey, it's kind of sick, right? We're not gonna play it. I mean, it just came out, y'all. Come on, it's great. But what's really interesting is that it refers to a subgenre of hip hop that we just, I mean, personally, I just discovered called hyphy. It's got like this really rhythmic, dry beat with sometimes atonal electronic sounds in the background. And recently, Daniel can tell the story, but we recently got asked to write 5 different arrangements of hyphy music for a performance at Meta.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah. So, one day, I was just like sitting in my room, minding my own business, and we got asked to play for a Meta event called $1 Billion Roundtable, and at first I was like, Meta? Isn't it Facebook? Sorry, I'm an old person. So, while we were talking about kind of like what we were going to play in the set list, they had a very, I wouldn't say unusual, but a very unique request, which is they wanted some Bay Area hyphy. And I was like, okay. So I wrote 3 of the arrangements, and it's funny because these kinds of songs are very hard to arrange because you have very little notes to work with. But then it's like, for songs like Brian McKnight and like Stevie Wonder, it's like the opposite. There's like way too many notes that need to be included. So this was the opposite problem, on top of the fact that most of these songs are not melodic. So I had to get...
We're not rapping.
We're not rapping. So I came, so I decided to be a little creative. So we're gonna play 2 of these, two of the arrangements for you today. The first one is Thizzle Dance by Matt Trey. And then the next one is Addicted to Ballin by Kamaya featuring Schoolboy Q. So hope you guys enjoy.
Anyone know what a fizzle is?
Right over there. There's a classroom right here.
Tell us again.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Just play. Okay, just do it. Just feel it. Okay, ready? All right. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Opus 44, number 2. That's a mouthful. But Felix Mendelssohn actually is a composer we keep coming back to as a quartet. He was a romantic composer in the mid-1800s, only lived to be like 38 years old, died really young from an aneurysm. But he's incredibly prolific because he was a child prodigy. He wrote a lot of chamber music by the age of 16. Some of his most famous works come in that time period. And what's interesting is his parents were well-to-do Germans. They would have a lot of famous artists come to their home, and they had a parlor just like this. They would have guests over, and Felix would write arrangements and music from a very little age, like age 8, and guests would come and perform his works. And I just can't even imagine what that would look like. I'm a musician, you know, I freelance, pulling up somebody's rich person's house. My 8-year-old wrote this play. I'm not sure I would have great opinions about that. However, Mendelssohn is something different, and we're going to show you.
Also, I need a break too, so just need to cool down a little bit. Yeah, Thank you guys. So this next one is going back to the hip hop world. And I gotta be honest, I mean, this is one of my arrangements, but I gotta be honest, when I first wrote this, I wasn't sold on it. You know, there's a lot of my life as an arranger is hundreds and hundreds of sketches and transcriptions, and only like 3 or 4 of them make it. And this one made it, but then there's this, you know, it doesn't sound as good as I thought it would be. But this guy over here just was being in a good way, was being very persistent. He was like, we need to keep playing this, we need to release this. And I was just like, yeah, okay, fine. And so I reworked it a little bit, but I got to say, this is definitely growing on me now. And you can listen to this on our Spotify or wherever you stream your music. And this is "Needed Me" by Riri.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. Riri.
That guy.
So, hope you guys enjoy.
Thank you so much for being here. This is our last one.
No,
it's our last song.
It's our last one.
It's our last song. It's our last song. We're gonna bring it back to Medicine. We're gonna play the first movement of that string quartet. Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this journey between different genres, different mishmashes of different influences and culture. If you're really interested, please follow us on Instagram. We have a Spotify. We've been dropping tracks every month, except for this month. We got something coming very special next month. And then every month in 2025, we're dropping new music. So follow us there, so stay updated. Make sure you grab a drink on your way out. And I'm gonna stop talking. This place is more Mendy.
But finish it before you go, though.
so nicely.
So unplanned. Oh my
I
god.
guess I gave it away.
Always get it away.
Just a touch.
This was totally unexpected.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Yes, we do have one more for you, and I just wanna say a little note, just to also just kind of calm down a little bit, because that was crazy. But yeah, as Drew said, thank you guys for coming, and if you like what we do. So essentially, you know, what I try to do, or at least what we all try to do, is at least through my arrangements, being kind of the lead arranger of this group, is to recognize, honor, and like celebrate hip hop culture, as it has impacted all of us in a really profound way, and kind of connecting the dots using our kind of backgrounds, you know, musically, but also, you know, growing up, our cultural backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, you know. And so that's why you heard some new genes, you know, because, you know, we're Korean, we got Koreans in the group, and they have, you know, their music is influenced by hip hop, R&B, and soul. That's why you hear classical, because we're all classically trained, you know. We're trying to connect all the dots, you know what I mean? And so if you like what we do, follow us. We got some stuff coming.
Hey,
We got some sauce coming. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, so this last one is also what I arranged, something I arranged. This is a good one.
He likes this one.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. It's a workout, but you know. All right, so this last one is "Industry Baby" by Lil Nas X. Hope you guys enjoy, and thank you guys once again. Ready?